Om cheto-darpana-marjanam bhava-maha-davagni-nirvapanam shreyah kairava-chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandambudivardhanam pratipadam purnamrita swadanam sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna sankirtanam nam namakari bahuda निज सर्व शक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमितः स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवं मीदृशं यः जानीनानुरागः तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना ममानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनि ईश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहितुकी त्वयि हे नन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितं मां विस्मये भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थित धूलीसदृशं विचिन्तये नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गदगदहृदया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपू तव नाम गृहणे भविष्यति युगायतं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवर्षायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां विनष्टु मामदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः. We are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, volume 2, chapter 12. We finished till chapter 11 yesterday, where we discussed about the followers and the devotees of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Today we are going to discuss the expansions of Advaita, Ācārya and Gadadhara Pandit. So these are the Panch Tattva. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Advaita, Ācārya, Gadadhara, Shivas. So we are discussing their expansions. So chapter 12 also is mostly the names, just like the previous chapters. From chapter 13 onwards, which will be tomorrow, we will be hearing about the birth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all the stories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to come from the next chapter onwards. So today we are going to read the devotees of Advaita Ācārya. Advaitangri abja bringam stan sarasara brito khilyan hitas hitva sarna sarabrito naumi Chaitanya Jivanam. The followers of Sri Advaita Prabhu were of two kinds. Some were the real followers and the others were false. Rejecting the false followers, I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Advaita Ācārya's real followers, whose life and soul were Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Prabhu, all of them are glorious. I offer my obeisances to all glorious Advaita Prabhu, who forms the second branch of the eternal Chaitanya tree. So remember, Chaitanya tree, one branch was Nityananda, one is Advaita Ācārya. And to his followers who form all the sub-branches. Sri Advaita Prabhu was the second biggest branch of this tree of bhakti, of this tree of Krishna Prema. There are many sub-branches. It is impossible to mention all of them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also the gardener, as he poured the water of his mercy on the tree, and all the branches and sub-branches grew day after day. Namashya is asking, you mentioned the deities of Laguna Beach Temple. Yes. All the deities, the 5 Panchatattvas. Yes. Sei skande yata prema phala upajila, sei Krishna prema phale jagat bharila. The fruits of love of Godhead that grew on those branches of the Chaitanya tree were so large that they flooded the entire world with love of Krishna. As a trunk and branches were watered, the branches and sub-branches spread lavishly, and the tree grew full with fruits and flowers. At first, all of the followers of Advaita Ācārya shared a single opinion, but later some of them got divided as ordained by providence. प्रथमेत एक माता आचार्य गण पाछे दुई मत हैला दैवेर कारण. The words given here as दैवेर कारण. दैवेर कारण means as ordained by providence, by God's will. Some of the followers of Advaita Ācārya were divided into two parties. So disagreements amongst the followers is very common. So here, there is one shloka that they have given in the purport. I'm going to take that. It's a very beautiful one. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite katitai arthaha prakashante mahatmanaha. To one who has staunch faith in the words of the spiritual master and in the words of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the secret of success of Vedic knowledge is revealed. Two things you have to have. If you want, there's so many things written in Vedas. Impossible to understand everything. There's a screen sharing. Okay, these are the Panchatattva. So, yeah. So, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. So, the family tree that we are talking is the same family tree of all of these Panchatattvas and their branches. Namaji, you're doing the screen sharing. So, can you just... Yeah, thanks. All right. So to one who has staunch faith in the words of the spiritual master and the words of the of Bhagwan, to him all the Vedic knowledge is revealed. And I have always told, where is all the Vedas? Vedas is in the Gita. But how do you understand Gita? Bhagwan Shri Krishna spoke. But it can be only understood in the company of the devotees by a spiritual master. So if somebody has these two things, then all the Vedic knowledge will be revealed to them. So many times the Guru is teaching. So some of the people who are attuned with the Guru, all this knowledge will go correctly. But if you are not attuned with the Guru, and if you think, oh, you know all the knowledge, then it is quite chances that you will go away from that path. This is what they are saying here. So Advaita Ācārya, he was an Ācārya himself. He was a Guru himself. He had many followers. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, so Advaita Ācārya is following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then there were certain disciples who felt, no, this is not right. And they left Advaita Ācārya and went to other path. And it is very common. You will see in many Gurus' lives, in many organizations, it happens. People do not understand the Guru when the Guru is there. And after the Guru has left, they end up fighting. They end up fighting for whatever reason it could be. So this is what he is mentioning here. It happens. And it happened in Advaita Ācārya's life too. Some of the disciples strictly accepted the orders of the Ācārya, and others deviated, independently concocting their own opinions under the spell of Devi Maya. The order of the spiritual master is the active principle in spiritual life. Anyone who disobeys the order of the spiritual master immediately becomes useless. There is no need to name those who are like this. So I have mentioned them only to distinguish from the useful and the non-useful devotees. He gives an example. Paddy is mixed with straw first, and one must fan it to separate the paddy from the straw. Now he starts the name of all the devotees. Achyutananda Bada Sakha Ācārya Nandana Ajanma Sevila Teno Chaitanya Charana. A big branch of Advaita Ācārya was his son Achyutananda. From the beginning of his life, he engaged in the service of Lord Chaitanya. When Achyutananda heard from his father that Keshav Bharati was the spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya, he was very unhappy. He told his father, "Your instruction that Keshav Bharati is the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will spoil the entire country. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the spiritual master of the 14 worlds. But you are saying Keshav Bharati is the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is not supported by any revealed scriptures." When Advaita Ācārya heard this statement from his 5-year-old, so Achyutananda was only 5-year-old, he's talking very kiddish, he felt great satisfaction because of his conclusive judgment. Krishna Mishra Nama Ara Ācārya Tanaya Chaitanya Gosai Baise Yanara Hridaya Gundicha Mandire Sri Gopal Name Are Ācārya Re Sutta Tanara Charitra Suna Atyanta Adbhuta Gundicha Mandire Mahaprabhura Samukhe Kirtane Nartana Kare Bada Prema Sukhe. Krishna Mishra was the son of Advaita Ācārya. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always sat in his heart. Sri Gopal was another son of Advaita Ācārya. Now just hear about all the transcendental qualities and his characteristics, for they are very wonderful. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally cleansed the Gundicha Mandir in Jagannath Puri, Gopal danced in front of the Lord with great love and happiness. Gundicha Mandir is in Jagannath Puri, and every year Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra come here from the Jagannath temple to stay here for 8 days during the Rath Yatra. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived in Jagannath Puri, every year he used to personally go and clean the Gundicha temple. This we will learn in the Madhya-lila, Madhya 12. While Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Advaita Prabhu chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and danced, there were various ecstatic symptoms in their bodies and their minds were very pleased. While all of them danced, Gopala, dancing and dancing, fainted and fell to the ground unconscious. Advaita Ācārya Prabhu became very unhappy. Taking his own son in his lap, he began to chant the Narsimha mantra for the protection of his son Gopala. Advaita Ācārya chanted various Gopala mantras, but Gopal did not come to consciousness. Thus all the Vaishnavas cried in sorrow. At that time, Tabe Mahaprabhu Tanre Hriday Hastadhari Utaha Gopala Kaila Bala Hari Hari. Then when Gopal had become unconscious, Advaita Ācārya tried everything, all the mantras, Narsimha mantra and everything, but he was not coming to consciousness. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived on the scene. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his hand and just put on the chest of Gopal and said, "Gopal, utho, wake up, get up and bolo Hari Hari and chant Hari Hari." And when he said that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's hand on unconscious Gopala's chest, and he's hearing in his ear Hari Hari, and then he opened up his eyes and he got up and then he stood up there chanting Hari Hari, and all the Vaishnavas surrounding Gopala also stood up chanting Hari 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 Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. So this was the story of Gopal. Then there were other sons whose name were Balram, Swarup and Jagdisha. Advaita Acharya's very confidential servant named Kamalakanta Vishwas knew all the dealings of Advaita Acharya. So this is also a small story. So the sons are done now. Now we are taking the name of Kamalakant Vishwas. So Kamalakant Vishwas is like the kind of secretary or very personal close attendant. So he knew the ups and downs of Advaita Acharya. So when Kamalakant Vishwas, one time Prabhu was in Jagannath Puri and Advaita Acharya was in Bengal. Kamalakant Vishwas went to Jagannath Puri with a note. And that note he was supposed to give to Prataprudra, the king of Odisha. No one knew of that note. But somehow or the other, it reached into the hands of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That note, it was written in that note that Sri Advaita Ācārya is an incarnation of Ishvara, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But in the same note, first note it was like Advaita Ācārya is the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the second point in the note was that Advaita Ācārya had recently incurred a debt of about 300 rupees. And that Kamalakanta wanted to liquidate. So Kamalakanta Vishwas is having a note which he wants to give to the king in the anticipation that king will read the note that, okay, Advaita Ācārya, incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has incurred a debt of 300 rupees. The king is so kind, he will just give 300 rupees. And this way Kamalakanta Vishwas will be able to give the debt relief, give a relief from debt to Advaita Ācārya. So with that thought, he had written the note. Nobody knew about the note, and this note went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's hand. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu read it, and he was angry. He was angry because there are two contradictory things written here in this note. One, he is an incarnation. And second, he is looking for debt relief. A real devotee of the Lord, will he go and ask a king, give me some money so that I can be relieved from debt? Or will he ask Bhagavan himself? If he has to ask. First of all, devotees don't even care about all this. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became unhappy first. But still, his face shone as brightly as the moon. And he smiled and he spoke. Ācārya rasthapiye che kariya ishvara, ithe dosha nahi Ācārya daivata ishvara. Ishvare dainyakari kariye cha bhiksha, ataiva dandakari karaiva siksha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, he has established Advaita Ācārya as an incarnation of Bhagavan, Ishvara. There is nothing wrong in this. He is Ishvara himself. But he has made that Ishvara, that God, as a poverty-stricken beggar. Therefore, I shall punish him in order to correct him. And then Govinda was in the service of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he called Govinda. Govinda, come here. If that Kamalakant Vishwas, if he comes here, tell him not to come and meet me anymore. And if somebody gets this news, oh, you are here in Puri and you can't meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is very heart-wrenching. People love Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And here he says, tell them not to meet me, not to see me. So the Lord ordered Govinda, from today onwards, do not allow that Bauli Kamalakant Vishwas to come here. When Kamalakant Vishwas heard about the punishment by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was very unhappy. But when Advaita Prabhu heard about it, he was very happy. Vishwasaya kahe tumi bada bhagyavan, tumhara kari le danda par Prabhu Bhagavan. So this news reached to Advaita Ācārya that, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said he is not going to look at the face of Kamalakant. So, and Kamalakant Vishwas was very unhappy that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declined to meet me. Advaita Prabhu was very happy. He said, oh, you are very greatly fortunate. because you have been punished by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is no less than a Bhagwan. Bhagwan is punishing you. Who else can be more fortunate than Bhagwan punishing you and correcting you? Formerly, then he gave his own instance. He said, पूर्वे महाप्रभु मोर करे न समान दुख पाई माने आमी कैलिन अनुमान मुक्ति श्रेष्ठ करी कैनु वशिष्ठ व्याख्यान क्रुद्ध हया प्रभु मोर कैल अपमान. He said, once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got angry on me too. And he got very angry on me, and I was very, why he got angry? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down with me and he said, explain to me Yoga Vasishtha. Advaita Ācārya is narrating the story to Kamalakant to make him feel better. That, don't feel sad. He chastised you. It's good. He did that to me also. One time, we both sat down and he told me, explain me the Yoga Vasishtha. And me being me, I explained him in the way the Advaitis would explain. Yoga Vasishtha, there is no bhakti in there. So I explained to him that whatever the sutras are there, that is meant for liberation. This life is meant for liberation. And I expounded the Yoga Vasishtha, which considers liberation as the ultimate goal of life. And for this, the Lord became angry. And he treated me with apparent disrespect. Danda paya haila mora param ananda, ye danda paila bhagyavan Shri Mukunda. When Lord Chaitanya got angry on me because I was giving not the right interpretation of Yoga Vasishtha, oh Kamalakant, I'm telling you, I was very happy because I was very happy to receive a punishment similar to that awarded Shri Mukunda. So there is a friend of Shri Mukunda who was the friend and great associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mukunda used to visit many places where people were against the Vaishnava cult. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know of this, he punished Mukunda, forbidding him to see him again. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was soft like a flower, he was also strict like a thunderbolt. And everyone was afraid to allow Mukunda to come again into the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mukunda, therefore, being very sorry, asked his friends whether he would be one day allowed to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When the devotees brought this inquiry to Lord Chaitanya, the Lord replied, Mukunda will get permission to see me after many millions of years. When they gave this information to Mukunda, he danced with jubilation. And when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that Mukunda was so patiently waiting to meet him after millions of years, he immediately asked him to return. So this story that I narrated right now comes in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Khanda, 10th chapter. So Advaita Mahaprabhu is talking to Kamalakant. Kamalakant, don't be sad. He did that to Mukunda also, but he met him later. And he got angry at me also because I was talking about liberation. And he once gave the similar punishment to Mata Sachi Devi also. Who could be more fortunate than Mata Sachi Devi to receive such a punishment from her own son, who is the Lord of the universe, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So again, this story also comes in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Mother Sachi Devi, who was showing her feminine nature, accused Advaita Prabhu of encouraging her son to become a sannyasi, because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and he told Mama, I want to become a sannyasi, he was 24-year-old. So of course, no mother wants to see her son leave the family life and become a sannyasi. So she got angry on Advaita Ācārya, and she went and she shouted at Advaita Ācārya that you are teaching him all these things, and because of your teaching, he is getting brainwashed and he's becoming a sannyasi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there on the scene. He's like, Ma, stop that. Why are you accusing Advaita Ācārya? What you're doing is not right. He's a guru. I'm becoming a sannyasi because I want to become a sannyasi. So my only thing is, if you really love me, I can only ask you, please beg forgiveness from Advaita Ācārya. He is no ordinary. So he made Sachi Devi to touch the lotus feet of Advaita Ācārya to mitigate the offenses she had supposedly committed. Ete kahi Ācārya tanre karaya ashvasha anandita hayya aila Mahaprabhu pasha. So in this way, Advaita Ācārya narrated the story of Sachi Mata, narrated the story of Shri Mukunda, narrated a story about himself, and he made Kamalakanta Vishwasa feel better. Don't worry. If he has gotten so angry at you, that is his love. He wants to correct you. Some mistakes, what you did, what you wrote was not right even. So he wanted to correct you, and that is why he does all this. So he pacified Kamalakant, and then Advaita Ācārya went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he told, I don't understand what pastimes you are doing right now. And then the way he's talking, Advaita Ācārya, he's not telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why did you get angry at him? He's like, I don't understand. Why are you showing so much favor to Kamalakanta? That favor that you generally show to me? The favor that you have shown to Kamalakanta is so great that even to me, you have never shown such a favor. What offense have I committed at your lotus feet, so as to be not to be shown such a favor? So indirectly he's saying, you are so favorable on him, but you are not favorable on me. This is the language of love. Okay, it happens. Sometimes we talk to the persons whom we love, we will talk indirectly. So he's saying, you are very favorable on Kamalakanta. एते शुनि महाप्रभु हसीते लागिला बोलाया Kamalakante prasanna haila. When he heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he laughed with satisfaction, and then he said, okay, wait. Govinda, go call Kamalakanta Vishwas. I'll see him right now. And this way, when Advaita Ācārya intervened nicely and spoke, Kamalakanta Vishwas was called, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met him. Advaita Ācārya then said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why have you called back this man? Allowed him to see you now? He has cheated me also in 2 ways. Now they are having fun. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, his mind was satisfied. Only they could understand each other's minds. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Kamalakanta, you are a Bauliya, one who does not know things how are. Bauliya means Baula. In Hindi we call Baula. So there is a sect called Bauliya, Baul sect in Bengal. But here he is addressing him as Bauliya. One is to say you are from Bauliya sect. Another thing is you are Baula. Baula means you are a mad person. Baula means mad. So you are a Bauliya, one who does not know things as they are. Why do you act in this way? Why do you invade the privacy of Advaita Ācārya and damage his religious principles? So the lesson he wanted to teach, you knew that Advaita Ācārya is in debt. So you don't go to the king and then tell it to the king that my master is in debt. You don't go and tell somebody's private things to others. So you have put him down. He's an Ācārya, he's a guru. Guru cannot be a beggar. So by doing this act, you actually brought him down in his religious principles. Advaita Ācārya is my master. And he should never accept charity from rich men or kings. Because if a spiritual master accepts money or grains from such materialists, his mind becomes polluted. So it is very, very risky to accept money or food from materialistic persons, because such things, even in charity, if it comes, it may pollute the mind. So according to the Vedic system, sannyasis and brahmacharis should be very careful about all this. So here, in the purport, it is written formally, therefore brahmanas also would not accept charity from a person unless he was very pious. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave these instructions to all the spiritual masters, materialistic persons who are not inclined to give up their sinful activities like illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, and meat eating, sometimes want to become disciples of the gurus, but they don't want to correct themselves. They just want to be disciples. So they should not be, so the guru should not take their money or whatever they are offering. Vaishnavas do not accept such cheap disciples. One must at least agree to abide by the rules and regulations for a disciple before a Vaishnava Ācārya can accept him. In fact, a Vaishnava should not even accept charity or food from persons who do not follow the rules and regulations or the Vaishnava principles. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Mana dushta hailena he Krishna smarana kar Krishna smrita vinuhaya nishpala jivana. He says this mind is already polluted. And if you accept charities like this, it will pollute you more. And it will hamper in your remembrance of Lord Krishna. And therefore life will become unproductive. So be careful by what you are doing. Lokalajjahaya dharma kirtihaya hani aiche karmana kariha kabahu iha jani. And then he's telling to Kamalakanta, thus one becomes unpopular in the eyes of the people in general for this damages his religiosity and fame. A Vaishnava especially, one who is acting like a spiritual master, must not act in such a way. One should always be conscious of this fact. Jayanti is asking, Ma, during Mansik Puja, you say we can offer flowers, etc. to our Guru. We cannot do this in real life. Is this forbidden? No, you have to offer. You should offer. Whatever you have, you should offer to Guru. See, the condition given here is for the Guru. If Guru has taken somebody as the disciple, Guru should never be greedy, number one. What is happening in Kali Yuga is this. Gurus are greedy and Gurus are looking for money from others. But the people who give the money, you have to be careful about them. The logic given here is at least those disciples who want to give something, at least they should abide by the rules of the Guru. If the Guru has said no meat eating, then no meat eating, no drinking, no illicit sex. At least these qualities you should be able to read and you should be able to practice. So, Advaita Ācārya's servant is going and asking from the king. King's life is what? Who knows? Are they pure? Who knows? So that's why he is telling Krishna Kanta, don't do that. If there is a pure disciple, if he wants to offer by himself, if he comes to know, oh, my Guru is in trouble, let me give the money to my Guru. But the disciple is pure in his thought, at least he's making an attempt, then that is fine. In Guru Gita, it is written, you should give your acharyas everything. Never do anything for free. Never take anything for free. You must give. The disciple's duty is to give. You must give your Guru wealth, not wealth, money. If you can give money, you can give your Guru clothes. If you can give that. If you cannot give all of this, you can give your Guru your seva, your service. Service is in many ways. You may meet your Guru physically or you may not meet your Guru physically. Doesn't matter. In your Manas Puja, you are offering everything to your Guru. It is going to the Guru. And learn the Guru's words and preach the Guru's, whatever the Guru has taught, whatever good things that inspired you to convert or you to change. Those good things you must learn the way the Guru has taught you. And then you must preach. The Guru has given you the scriptures. Learn the scriptures, learn the good things and preach it to others. With the same thought in mind, I am doing the seva of the Guru. So if somebody can offer money, no problem. If you cannot do this seva. If somebody can offer clothes, offer, no problem. Somebody wants to offer grains, offer, no problem. Some tables, offer everything. No problem. But just because you are a rich person and just because somebody is a Guru, and then, okay, the rich person has come now, let the rich person give money. No, if the Guru does that, it is not right. It is not right. And even if the money comes, the Guru has to be careful. The money has to be used in the right work. So main thing that is being taught here is that thing. The intention Guru should never be greedy. And not even Guru's disciple should be greedy. That just because some rich person is coming, now go and approach that rich person. It happens. So many Gurus' downfall happened because the disciples were greedy. Because the disciples didn't understand. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his lifetime, he was very, 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 very strict. He was a sannyasi and he maintained that strictness of the sannyasa dharma. He was not like today's sannyasis. He was very, very strict. Okay. So when you are doing your Mansik Puja, you have to offer everything. I offer everything to my gurus. Everything. Whatever I can. My time, my seva, whatever I can give. Everything has given, God has given and gurus have given. Give to them. All right. Okay, Amrita is asking, Guru give very nice gyan which you want to share with your friends and family, but they don't have interest. Refrain from share learning. Is that wrong? Yeah, with those people who are disinterested, you must not give. You must not give. Gita also it is written, Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Only those who have Shraddha, those who have faith will get benefit from the knowledge that you have given. You give, okay? But if they do not want to listen, if they do not want to change, no problem. You are not expecting anything from them. Okay. So I'm sitting in the company of people. Many times they don't give me any reaction. No problem. I've given. But if there is a lot of conflict and that conflict disturbs our mind, then we must choose to be quiet. Then no more. Because sometimes what happens, we are also very pushy. I've seen people, throughout their life, they've been eating non-veg. And suddenly, the knowledge dawns on them. Oh, we have to become vegetarian. Vegetarianism is the thing. So throughout your life, you're sitting with all these people eating non-veg and drinking. And suddenly you have become pure. And suddenly you are becoming vegetarian. Now you are just pushing everybody. You have to become vegetarian. You have to become vegetarian. All of them will be like, they're not prepared for this. You are prepared. They are not prepared for this. And they will look at you with, they'll judge you basically. Critically, they will look at you. Oh, 1 year, 2 year, let us see. Let us see. But if you continue in your good habits that you have gained for many years, then if one of those people, if they go through some kind of troubles in their life, they will look forward and they'll come to you and they'll confess and they'll ask you, what are you doing? So how did you convert yourself? Was it easy? Can you teach us? Can you teach me? So one of them might get the thing. So we continue our good stuff. If the person is listening, great. If the person is not listening, no problem. If the change has to happen, it will happen. If the change doesn't have to happen, no problem. So like that. So main focus on this path is first ourselves. First change ourselves. And by our nature, everybody else around us will change slowly, slowly. Okay. So, all right. Lokalajahaya dharma, kirtihaya hani, aiche karma na kariha kabhu iha jani. Thus one becomes unpopular in the eyes of the people in general, for this damages his religiosity and fame. A Vaishnava, especially one who acts as a spiritual master, must not act in this way. So one should always be conscious of this fact. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this instruction to Kamalakanta, all present considered it to be meant for everyone. The Guru's disciple are representing their Guru. So if the Guru is not greedy, then the disciple cannot be greedy too. No matter what, and whom you must approach has to be careful. Okay. Thus, Advaita Ācārya was greatly pleased. Only Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand the intentions of Advaita Ācārya, and Advaita Ācārya appreciated the grave instructions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this statement, there are many confidential considerations. I do not write them all because the volume of the book will grow. The fifth branch of Advaita Ācārya was Yadunandan Ācārya, who himself had many branches. Yadunandan Ācārya was a student of Vasudeva Datta. He received his mercy and therefore he could accept Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet from all angles of vision as the supreme shelter. Bhagavad Ācārya, Vishnudas Ācārya, Chakrapani Ācārya, Ananta Ācārya, Nandini, Kamadeva, Chaitanya Dasa, Durlabha Vishwasa, Vanamali Dasa, Jagannath Kara, Bhavanath Kara, Hridyanand Sen, Bholanand Das. They were all the 18th branches of Advaita Acharya. Yadava Das, Vijaya Das, Janardhan Das, Ananta Das, Kanu Pandit, Narayan Das, respectively, they go all the way till 24th branch. Srivatsa Pandit, Haridas Brahmachari, Purushottam Brahmachari, Krishnadas were 25th, 26th, 28th branches. Purushottam Pandit, Raghunath, Vanamali Kavichandra, Vaidyanath, Lokanath Pandit, Murari Pandit, Sri Hari Charana, Madhav Pandit, Vijay Pandit, Pandita Sri Ram, and so on. It is gone beyond now 36 branches. There were innumerable branches like this. I am not able to mention them all. This Advaita Acharya branch received the water which was supplied by the original gardener, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this way, the sub-branches nourished and grew. After the disappearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, some of the branches, for some unfortunate reasons, deviated from his path. Some branches did not accept the original trunk that vitalized and maintained the entire tree. And when thus they become ungrateful, the original trunk was angry at them. Thus, Lord Chaitanya did not sprinkle upon them the water of his mercy, and they gradually withered and died. Chaitanya rahite deha shushka kashta sama jivete mrita sei maile dandayama. If somebody is without consciousness, Chaitanya consciousness, then that body is just like a dry wood or a dead body. He is understood to be dead while living and after death also, punishable by Yamaraj. Not only the misguided descendants of Advaita Acharya, but anyone who is against Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Vimukha, they are all Pashandas, they are all hypocrites, they are all atheists, subject to be punished by Yamaraj. Ki pandita ki tapasvi ki bagrihayati Chaitanya Vimukha yei tara ei gati. Even if somebody is very scholarly, somebody is a great ascetic, somebody may be a great householder, somebody may be a great sannyasi, renunciant, but yet if they are Chaitanya Vimukhi, they are against Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they will all be punished by Yamaraja. Ye Laila Shri Achyuta Nandera Mata Sri Ācārya Gana Mahabhagavata. Those descendants of Advaita Acharya who accepted the path of Sri Achyutananda were all great devotees. By the mercy of Advaita Acharya, the devotees who strictly followed the path of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu attained the shelter of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet without difficulty. It should be concluded, therefore, that the path of Achyutanand is the essence of spiritual life. Those who did not follow this path simply scattered. I, therefore, offer my respectful obeisances millions of times to Achyutanand's actual followers, whose life and soul were Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, I have briefly described the three branches, Achyutananda, Krishna Mishra, Gopala of Sri Advaita Acharya's descendants. There are multifarious branches and sub-branches of Advaita Acharya. It is very difficult to enumerate them fully. I have simply given a glimpse of the whole trunk and its branches and sub-branches. After describing the branches and sub-branches of Advaita Acharya, I shall now describe some of the descendants of Sri Gadadhar Pandit, the most important among the branches. So Advaita Acharya is done. Now Gadadhar Pandit's branches. He's just going to take all the names. We will all take the names too and just pay our obeisances to them. The chief branches of Sri Gadadhar Pandit are Sri Dhruvananda, Sridhar Brahmachari, Haridas Brahmachari, Raghunath Bhagwat Ācārya. The fifth and the sixth are Kavi Datta. The seventh, eighth, and ninth are Nayan Mishra, Ganga Mantri, Mamu Thakur, and Kantha Bharna. The 11th branch was Bhugarbha, 12th was Bhagavad Das. Both of them went to Vrindavan and resided there for life. Other ones were Vaninath Brahmachari, Bada Mahashay, Vallabh Chaitanya Dasa. They were all great personalities and always Krishna Premamaya. They were filled with the love of Krishna. Srinath Chakravarti, Ara Uddhava Dasa, Jita Mitra, Kashta Katha, Jagannath Dasa. These were other followers of Gadadhar Pandit. 19th branch was Sri Ācārya, the 20th Sadipuriya Gopala, the 21st Krishnadas Brahmachari, and the 22nd Pushpa Gopala. The 23rd branch was Sri Hasa, the 24th Raghu Mishra, the 25th Lakshminath Pandita, the 26th Bangavati Chaitanya Das and Raghunath, Amog Pandit, Hasti Gopala, Chaitanya Vallabha, Yadu Gangoli, and Mangal Vaishnava. These were, we have come to the 32nd branch. Then the 33rd branch was Shivanand Chakravarti, who lived in Vrindavan with firm conviction and is considered as an important branch of Gadadhar Pandit. Then we have almost come to the end of the chapter now. Eite Sankshepa Kaila Pandite Ragana Ācārya Sakha Upa Sakhara Ganana. Thus, I have briefly described the branches and sub-branches of Gadadhar Pandit. There are still many more that I have not mentioned here. All the followers of Gadadhar Pandit are considered to be great devotees because they have Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as their life and soul. 18 Skandhera Kailu Sakhara Ganana Yasabas Marane Bhavas Bandha Vimochana. Simply by remembering the names of these branches and some branches of the three trunks I've described, Nityananda, Advaita, and Gadadhar, one attains the freedom from entanglement of material existence. Yana Saba Smarane Pai Chaitanya Charana Yana Saba Smarane Haya Vanchita Purana. Simply by remembering the names of all these Vaishnavas, one can attain the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Indeed, simply by remembering the lotus names, their holy names, one achieves the fulfillment of all desires. Therefore, offering my obeisances at the lotus feet of them all, I shall describe the pastimes of the gardener Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the chronological order. Gaura-lila Mrita Sindhu Apara Agada Ke Karita Pare Taha Avagaha Sadha Tahara Madhurya Gandhe Lubdaha Yamana Ataivatati Taterahi Chaki Ekakana. The ocean of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is immeasurable and unfathomable. Who can have the courage to measure that great ocean? It is not possible to dip into that great ocean, but its sweet mellow fragrance attracts my mind. I therefore stand on the shore of that ocean to try to taste a drop of it, of all the beautiful pastimes. This ocean is the beautiful pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He says it is so deep and it is so many. How much can I will be able to give? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami had become very old. So everywhere he'll write that, I have become old. I don't know how much I will be able to give. So I'm just standing at this ocean and whatever I can, whatever mellows I have tasted, I'm just trying to give it to all of you. And then finally he ends up, concludes the chapter with his usual style, praying at the lotus feet of his gurus. Sri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Yara Asa Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishnadas. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, 12th chapter, describing the expansions of Advaita Ācārya and Gadadhar Pandit. So we come to today also the class got over a little early because the chapter was small, but from tomorrow onwards, we are getting into the ocean now. entering ocean of pastimes. So tomorrow, the chapter is titled The Advent of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are going to hear about his birth, and after birth, how he went to school, and then after going to school, how he grew up, then he got married. All these stories will start coming up. This Adi-lila has total 17 chapters. So we have finished till 12th. Okay. And then we'll go ahead. All right. So we will end it up here. Anything else? Anybody wants to ask? Somewhere Amrita has written non-veg. I want to try to understand what you have written with that.
Nothing,
Right.
Ma. Actually,
Okay.
yeah, actually, you pointed out the exact point that non-veg people are
Okay.
not, they are not ready to live non-veg. So
Yeah.
exactly, you put out that point.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Jai Shri
So we'll end
Krishna,
up the
Ma.
class. Jai Shri Krishna.
I have
Thank you.
one small
Yes.
question. I think you probably have answered it, but just wanted to be more clarified answered. So, uh, like how we become complete vegetarian, not even eating onion and garlic. So I have, of course, been following that, and luckily my friends or family, they adopted that change, and they also become very mindful so to cook that way. So just this question had been in my mind for long ago, and I tried to convince myself but want a clarification from you. So one of my friend, very close, she's very spiritual, she's a Shiva devotee, and she is a non-vegetarian, and we have discussed spirituality many times, and she has said that everybody have their own journey, and we shouldn't be interfering in someone's journey, because you don't know what they have done in the past or what their desire is, which makes sense to me. But the thing is that, is it okay, like, sometimes I feel not to eat, even though she cooks without onion garlic, because she knows that I don't eat it. But I just have this thought in my mind that because she consumes non-vegetarian food, should we be okay eating at their home, or bringing the food and eat at home? I do, whenever I do bring it, I do offer it to God and then eat it. But just silly question I had in my mind.
No, no, it's not silly. I went through that myself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very difficult because especially when we are living in, these countries, we are surrounded by people who are like this. Every house is non-veg here. So yeah, it becomes very difficult for us to live. Yeah. Um, when I was in my sadhana, I had made it a point I'm not eating at anybody's house. Seriously. Because
Mhm.
in the beginning, you have to be like this. You have to be very strict. So if they brought, something, so I was very clear. If you want to get me something really, then get me some dry fruits or some fruits, no cooked food.
Mhm.
So if
Mhm.
you are my friend, you will know, and then the reason I used to say I'm fasting. So I used to avoid, I really used to avoid, because when we eat food brought from anybody else's home, it has certain vibes.
Even
I,
though if they are very spiritual, even though they are very much
yeah,
in devotion.
yeah, it has
Okay.
vibes.
Yeah.
Um, I'm telling you because I was in my sadhana, and I had friends not here, like my students were there, some of the students, and they're very nice people. They're pure veg, okay? But I was in my sadhana deep, and I was not eating anything cooked from outside. So it was Diwali time or something, and one of my students, she got me a plate, Diwali, Ma, this is for you. I'm like, okay. And I offered it to Bhagwan. No, no, no. She said, don't offer it to Bhagwan. It is already Prashadam. I've offered it already. I'm like, okay, it is Prashadam, then fine. And then I ate it up, the Prashadam, thinking that it's the Prashadam, it has come from a good house.
Hmm.
The night I slept and my dreams were horrible. I got up and then am having a very restless day for some reason. Whereas because of my practice of so long intense meditations, I'm usually very calm. But that day I could notice that even if I'm sitting in my sadhana, I'm very restless. I'm very restless. So I thought there is some wrong. What went wrong in the whole process? It's the same routine every day. Then I remembered, oh, I had the prasadam from this lady's house. So then I called her up. I'm like, you got me the prasadam. Was it really prasadam cooked at your home? And then she said, no, ma, there was somebody else also who had given. Maybe I mixed it up or something like that. I'm not sure, but it is prasadam, but it was got from other people. We had all this party and all those things. So then I realized the food that she got from somewhere else was not good. It harmed my stomach. It harmed my whole thing. So that I'm a very critical about things. Okay. So that was the first time I took it seriously that no, food eaten from anybody else's hand also has a vibration. Also has a vibration. So try to tell them in the beginning phases of sadhana. Now I mix up with people, different people, but now it's a different story. I knowingly eat food. I go outside, I'm in flight, I have to eat food which is cooked in the flight. I sometimes take onion garlic also. But knowingly, I know what is going to happen to my mind. But in the beginning, if I continued that, I would not have experienced anything, I would have fallen down very soon. So in the beginning phases of life, yes, you have to be strict. If people, outside people are offering you food, even prasadams and all, tell them, offer me, I'm okay with dry. Or I'm okay with uncooked food, but not cooked.
Yeah. That's what I did, especially during the Chaturmasa last year. That Chaturmas, I took a niyam to not eat anywhere,
Yeah.
even very close friends or family. And
Yeah.
most of them are okay. They don't mind. Some may
Yeah.
not like it, but I was like, I am doing my sadhana, so I am doing it. It's just this close friend, and she's very much in devotion. We always share, spirituality, discussion, and all that. So that's why still I do avoid many times because I eat only once a day or maybe before evening time. Usually the parties are in the evening, so I don't eat. So that's a perfect excuse for me that I don't eat anything after sunset. But the thing is that sometimes and I she's like Annapurna. She really loves to feed people, and she's mindful because as soon as I told her that I left onion garlic few years back, she's even adjusted to that she's excited to cook without onion garlic, but still that thought is still in my brain, that still you
That's
have a non-veg thing, but I
that's
try
your
not
inner
to eat.
voice.
Yeah, and I try not to. It's so many months I don't, but sometimes she's like and I have taken kind of a vow also not to lie. I don't
Yeah.
want to lie. So it's just like, but you are right. If they are close friend, they understand our sadhana. So I think I will be mindful.
They
But
have
thank you so much for
the same.
answering.
Yeah. Good. All right. Anybody else?
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
I guess you and I we have an experience last time. So I personally listen my intuition. I listening to you. You told me no, don't eat that, and I'm like, why? And I know now I know why. So definitely, food has a lot of energy, and we know that for fact. So it's important to follow your directions, and very important too that we have an intuition. I mean, God is talking to us, but we don't listen. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for your teachings,
Yes.
Smita.
Yes. Always follow your inner heart. If you are feeling uncomfortable in anything, like my mind is saying, don't eat, but we are doing it to please somebody. Your inner voice is trying to guide you. Don't. Just you want to please, there are other ways. So we have to be very careful. We have to always listen to our inner voice. That's all. That's the only way we can save ourselves. Okay. All right. So we'll end it up here. And then we'll see you tomorrow with another beautiful chapter. Jai Shri Krishna. May all
Thank
your
you.
day be
Jessica.
Chaitanya. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you.
Radhe Radhe.